great to see everybody here. Get this live stream set up here so we can get everybody. Wonderful to see all you guys here today. I don't wait for everybody just to kind of get centered in here, log in, and how's everybody doing? Great to see all of you powerful, deliberate creators, manifestors here in this live today. All you guys are chiming in. Good morning. How's everybody doing? Everybody's doing great. Wonderful to see you guys here. Well, guys, if you see the title of this live, the cheat code to mastering the game of life, well, it's here. That is my new book. It's out right now. You can get it on Kindle. You can get the paperback version and the ebook as well on my website. I'll put the link below in the pinned comments so you can go get your copy. So everyone now should have 2 books here. They're gonna have 2 books coming in. The first one you guys should have is this one, top one by bestsellers, and then the other one is this book that I am going to talk about a little bit today. And also in this video, it's basically the sum of this video. I'm gonna give you some pointers and tips about this, you know, how life is a game and how you can change it. So you can go get it now, right? I'll put the comments in the pinned comments below. Good, someone says they got it on Kindle. Now let me tell you about this book. It's a little different than the other book. You see, guys, I want to put something out where I could get to engage your mind, to get to engage your brain, to create that neuroplasticity so that you can get to change your life. And this book has homework in it. It makes you do something. It's not just a book you're going to read. It's a book that you're going to read. Remember what I told you, right? I said knowledge without implementation is dead. You can't just have the knowledge and then you don't know how to implement the knowledge. Well, this book is going to give you the knowledge. Also, you're going to have to implement. You're going to do stuff that's going to change your life and help you to create that neuroplasticity so you can live the best version of your life. So this is the great thing about this book. Yes, it's on Kindle. You bought it, good. The paperback, I'll have my paperback copy. I ordered my copy, so my paperback copy will be here. So videos and I'll show you. You can go ahead and get your paperback copy. I'll put the link below in the pinned comments. So that's that. The next thing is before we get into our lecture, this next thing I want to talk about that you guys have been emailing me for is the vibrational numbers. Both are on Kindle. Yes, digital's on Kindle. I know in some areas, like I know in Germany, I have a couple of you guys in Germany, so you won't be able to get it on Kindle, but you can get it on my website, and I'm sure I think you can get it, the paperback copy, on Amazon as well. You listen to the audiobook, good. All right, vibrational numbers thing now. The vibrational numbers, wow, whew, you guys have been hitting me hard with the vibrational number. You guys, that's good, because I've been doing it a while, so I have so many requests. So what I've started to do, I've just realized that many of you, we're all across the different globes. So what you want to do when you request your vibrational numbers, and I'll put it in the comments as well. I'll put everything in one big comment for the book and your vibrational numbers to get the vibrational numbers, get the book. So look, when you send me an email to get your vibrational numbers, if you are in a country or a region that you need 7 numbers or 8 numbers to play in your lottery to manifest, you have to state that in the email. Say, hey Mark, I need 8 numbers, I need 7 numbers. Then I can calculate and give you 7 numbers. Otherwise, everyone will get 6 numbers. I notice a lot of you say, hey Mark, I'm in Australia, I need 7 or 8 number. I'm in the Philippines, Mark. I'm in New Zealand, we need 7 or 8 number. I'm in England, Mark. So it's not, everybody's not from the US. So if you need that or desire that, then you will get them. All right, since doing the vibration numbers, great reports been coming in to me. So some of you guys have already been winning, and that's great to see that. All right, so with that said, why don't we jump into our lecture for today. So today I want to talk to you and help you to see a different perspective or perception. Again, this is all about the perception here. A different perception on what I call the game of life. Here's the first thing I want you to understand, people. When you get up in the morning, or from now on, look, this is what life is. What everybody told you, you got to kick it out of your head. With your parents, with your religion, with your teacher, with your job. Here is what life is. When you get up, life is a game. Life is a game. What is a game? A game is meant to be fun, not serious. Okay? You have to look at life in that way because it is a game. Guess what? You want me to show you the big surprise and shocker here? It's your game. So either you're going to wake up and start playing the main character that you were designed to play, or you're going to sit back and let the game play you and be a bot. Well, okay, would you like me to prove to you that life is a game? I'm going to make it so simple that it's going to blow your mind right now. Let's use something that we can all relate to. All right, so let me set the stage for you so you can get this. Today we live in an age. Everybody have a smartphone. All right? In your smartphone and on your computers, we go on our phones, we have our photos, we have our messages, and we have all these phones. What do they come with? They come with memory cards, memory banks, right? So some of our phones, you can hold 256 megabytes, 68 terabytes, all this. We could buy storage. Some phones have a lot of storage, some phones don't. But if you don't have the storage in your phone, you also have the cloud, right? You got in iPhone, they call it the cloud. Google, they have it the drive, Google Pictures, whatever. So even though your phone can't, you can always store your information in the cloud. So you can go into your photos, you can tap into the cloud, you can get your information, your memory, correct? We all know that. We do that every day. I want you to remember that, okay? Because here's what we're gonna do with the physical reality. Guess what? If you don't know this, this should be really shocking. I've talked about this so many times. I'm reading the comments as I go. Mark, why do I feel like giving up on visualizing? Because when you feel like giving up on visualizing, it means it's close at hand. Your mind is telling you to chill out. All right. So a lot of you guys are all over the world. I have all my tribe in Israel and all different places. You guys watch this. So I'm going to help you to help yourself today. And I want you to listen to me very carefully because this is the easiest it's going to get for you. We talk about the phone, the cloud, and storing information. Check this out. Our brain, okay? Did you know that your memory, when you go and pull your memory up in your head, it has no location in your brain. Your brain pulls your memory outside. Let me repeat that again. When you think of something right now, it's not your brain. It's not inside your brain. Your brain is going to the cloud, so to speak. What is this? What it's saying is that your brain retrieves information, just like your phone goes and get the information from the cloud. Your brain retrieves information from the consciousness, the field. So what does that say about your brain? Says your brain is just a processor. You're not here. It's like your phone, man. Your phone is just a tool that you use to pull information from the main hub. Listen, I gotta repeat this again because if you just heard what I'm just saying to you right now, this should be profound. Again, neuroscience, scientists, physicists have discovered that inside of your brain there is no precise location of your memories. It's not in your neurons, it's not in your synapses, it's not in your dendrites. It's not in the basal ganglia part, it's not in the frontal cortex. There's no location where you can say this is where. What they have discovered is that memory, we pull it from somewhere. It is in a field. It's in it's in the consciousness, the collective consciousness. So again, see the analogy I showed you? Like the phone into the iCloud, you get your stuff up there. That's what your brain is. Your brain is like your phone. All right, so let's use the analogy again with the phone. Who is the one controlling the phone? You have your phone. You can type it on your phone, right? So the phone is your tool. But the person that's holding the phone is the main deal. Like, you put your phone down, you can go into the experience stuff. Okay, so the brain and what you're experiencing right now is like a phone. You're in the phone. The person outside holding the phone and looking at the phone is your true authentic self. You can pick up the phone, you can go on Google, you can stop on Google, you can go on this website, you can go on that website, you can decide to do anything on the phone. You can use your phone to even make money, you can do your trading, you can do your web, your phone is your tool, right? But if you put the phone down, who's left? The real authentic you. So if you understand this now, hopefully this will start to make sense now. You can start to see the big picture now. That, wait a minute, that, okay, my brain, man. So all of this is really like, I'm just like a part of this thing that I'm just plugged in. So let's go into deeper here so you can get this stuff, right? Remember now, I said, if you see the title of this, Master the Cheat Code to Life, or the Game of Life. Talking about my new book now that's out. Go get it. I'll put it in the pinned comments. All right. Now, listen to this. The consciousness that your brain is going out and pulling your memories from. Whenever you think of a memory or you remember something, doesn't it feel kind of real? Doesn't it give you emotions? Doesn't it make you feel a certain way? If you got good memories, you feel good. You have bad memories, you feel bad. So what's happening there? That's called electromagnetic spectrum. What's happening is when your brain activates, it sends impulses of energy into the field. And the field sends the energy back where your nervous system interprets those energies as happiness, sadness, joy, depression. A game. It's not real. Depression, anxiety, happiness, joy, a game. It's not real. What makes the game? Our interpretation to the game. I interpret happiness, makes me feel good. Joy makes me feel good. The game remembers that, records that, gives it to you. Okay, I remember I experienced depression, I experienced anxiety. The game remembers that, gives it to you. The game we are playing is a game of remembrance. What the game does, the game is looking for algorithms. Your consciousness of who you are. Just to show you something here. Let me check this out. Who you truly are, the consciousness of who you are, your higher self, your authentic self. All emotions are just a game to your authentic self. All emotions, they just serve as experiences to your consciousness. Your consciousness is looking down and saying, okay, what can I learn from this? Let me have fun. Let me play this game. I've done everything else. I'm bored. So what I'm going to do is, since I'm so bored, I'm going to just create human beings, and I'm going to pop myself into one of these beings, and I'm just going to play a game of life. I'm going to let them create their own world. I'm just going to have fun. I'm going to have, when they get sad or get happy, it's all the same. It's a game. Because if only they knew that what they're doing right now is all for fun. It's not real. It's not serious. But you know what? Let me go into the game. Let's see what they're doing in this game. Okay, so all of these people in this game, they're taking it seriously. They're getting depressed. Okay, that's cool with me, because you know what? It's all a game anyway, because they're always going to be here. They're infinite. So even when they leave here, they haven't left. They think they left, you know, when we talk about death and stuff like that. So you know, that's what your consciousness, that's what your higher self is doing right now. It's just all of this is not serious to it. You've done all this stuff before. So why are you making life so serious? Why aren't you living up to your purpose? You know, why aren't you going out there getting what you want, man? Well, let me tell you why you're not doing that stuff, right? Because when you're in the game and you're playing the game, we have to have processors in the game. Your phone can't get you information if it doesn't have a good processor. The phone the phone has to go somewhere to get the information. That's called a processing system of your phone. You know, some phones, they have their own processor called Snapdragon 82. These are the processors, the hubs, that when the phone carrier makes the phone, from T-Mobile, from AT&T. They have their central hub where they send all their information and their processors to their certain phones so that their phones can run efficient. They have their own little processing hubs, right? Well, you have a processing hub too. Okay, you have two processing hubs. You have your conscious mind is a processing hub, but you have a bigger processing hub, and it's called your subconscious mind. So these are the hubs. See, I'm making it so simple for you by using the analogy of a phone, because we could all relate to this, and then this will make sense to you. So when you have your processing hub now, from the phone to yourself now, so your subconscious is processing all the information that's in the field, and then it sends it in, and then your conscious mind decodes it as something that you can experience. But here's a problem now. The conscious mind processing hub is not as fast as the subconscious processing hub. So because it's not as fast as the subconscious processing hub, in your conscious mind, what's going to happen now, you're going to get a lot of delay. These delay, or what we call feedback loop, is what you experience as fear, doubt, worry, resistance, anxiety, depression, unhappiness. Of all of this, when your ego is eating you up, intrusive thoughts, overthinking, all of this is just a processing hub not having the ability to catch up to the subconscious or reality. So it gets feedback loop, which you're going to experience as these feelings. So Mark, why couldn't I just experience something else? Why have to be these feelings? Well, because these feelings are the gauges that are more dominant to your conscious. It makes your conscious mind get attention. So when your conscious mind gets this attention, your conscious mind now says, okay, this is something that we have to protect and keep us safe. It remembers that. So it wants to keep you in that system because it wants to keep you in the same loop. See how that works? Now, in every game you play, let me ask you a question. If you're playing a game, what is the goal of the game? Go comment below. Whenever you're playing a game, what is the goal of the game? Hey Mark, how you doing? Good, good. To win. Yes, but someone says it here, this is K. The purpose of the game is for you to have fun and win the game. Okay? Win, win, win. And enjoy the game, and enjoy the process of playing the game. Now, let's talk about the game again. In every game, when the creator make a game, when the company that makes a video game or any game, right? They always do a couple things in the game. They always have what they call cheat codes in the game. They got levels up. Like you get rewarded for when you do certain things in the game. Some games they give you more points. Some games you get invisible cloak. And in every game there are what we call cheat codes. The designers of the game make that. Well, I got news for you. In the multiverse of the universe, there's also cheat codes to this game. Okay? What is a cheat code? A cheat code is a system or a routine that you can access that expedites and makes the game more easier for you to win. That's called a cheat code. It's great, right? In every game, right? If you look at some games, when you level up, you get what? Extra bonus points. Guess what? It's just like that in life, man. In this game of life, in this Matrix game. So, where are the cheat codes in this game? Can someone tell me that? Or if you have an idea, what is the cheat code to this game? Like in your video game, you can access the cheat code by leveling up, by maybe like getting more points, getting to a new level, right? But what about in what we call real world? How do we access our cheat code? Because you have a cheat code too. Hi, from Japan. That's right, Miria Street says it. Your cheat code to your game is always and will always be through the subconscious mind. You have to access cheat codes through your unconscious mind. Now, your higher self isn't in this game. The only thing in this game is your subconscious mind and your awareness. Your higher self don't need to play this game, man. It can't come into the game. It's too powerful. It's too much information. If your higher self comes into this game, the game will crash. Can I give you an example of how this works? If you have a phone or you have something or a website, and if you're getting too much traffic or too much information, your website crashes. The site because it's getting too much funnel. The system cannot process all that information. So what the system does, it has a redundancy to protect itself. It'll shut down and it'll crash. This is why your higher self is outside, directing you. Your higher self can come in here, but if it comes in here, game over. That's how powerful you are. See that you're just using. So let's look at it like this. Your higher self is 100%. So what your higher self does, it sends 2% of itself into the game. So you are 2% here. You're 98% out there. Again, let me go back again, because I know there's a lot of you guys coming in on this live. Let me go prove this to you again to show you that you're not in here, you're out there. Your brain doesn't have any precise location of memory. Memory cannot be stored. Memory is not stored in the brain. When you retrieve your memory, you're retrieving it from outside in the field. That's what neuroscience physicists are now saying and discovering. That's right. So there is no really out there, so to speak. It's in here, and then you create out there, just to get this, so you can process this and become even more better aware of this. So with your higher self now, it knows it cannot come into the game because it knows it's just too powerful. It knows it'll crash the game. So it wants you, it basically trickles itself, waters down itself, and pops into here as Mark, as Shelly. I'm looking at some of you guys' name, as Lance, as Sims, as Dream on Rainbow, as Miria, as Lamore, AJ. It comes down as all of you. Okay? I listen carefully to what I just said to you now. Only 2% of you is here. 98% of you cannot come here. So this means that your true power, now just because you have 2% here, you can still go and get some of your 98%. You know that, right? You can go get your reserve power. Let me show you something. If you're using if you're 2% here, if you just get 1% added, you go to your higher self and say, hey man, send me a reserve power of just 1%. If you get 1%, you're going to be 3%. You're going to be more awakened, aware, ideas than 99% of the world's population. So what does someone look like who has 3% versus the 2%? What kind of life? How does it work? Well, people who have 3% is you, the chosen ones. You, the awakened ones. Because what happens is when you have this 3%, you're going to unlock a new level of the game. Remember I talk about how games work? You unlock new characters, so you're going to unlock stuff like super heightened intuition. You're going to unlock stuff like remote viewing. You're going to unlock stuff like astral projection. You're going to unlock stuff like manifesting huge amounts of stuff, money, lottery, chain business. Whenever you're in that 3%, a lot of stuff is going to go easy for you in the game. You're going to get more opportunities. You're going to get more. If it's money you want, you get more money. If you want better health, you'll get more health, because you are now you're accessing a cheat code to the game of life. You see how that works now? So look, this is the perception I'm painting for you, and because this is really how it works. You see, no one's going to put it to you like the way I'm putting it to you and show it to you, because it's easy for you to understand now. Remember, life is a game, fun, and the process not serious. Nothing is serious here. They make you. Again, I'm showing you now. You have good games, you have bad games, all type of games. So, but it's still a game. Now, this game you're playing in, you're also playing it with some other participants. It's called the Matrix. So the Matrix is you're in a game within the game. So you're battling a Matrix and then yourself in the Matrix. See how fun that is, right? It's fun because now you know that you don't have to sweat it because you have 98% of you is chilling up there, and there's only 2%. So this is child. People would say this is child's play to you. This should be child's play to you. Okay, so now the reason why the game seems difficult for some of you is because you haven't seen the perception, or you haven't begun to understand the other part of the other players in the game, such as the Matrix. So what the Matrix does in this game is they want to win for themselves, just like anybody want to win the game. So what they do, they'll paint a picture to make you believe that it's not a game, that it's real life, that it's serious, that you have to stress, you have to worry, you got to figure out, you got to do a lot of stuff to get what you want, or you can't get what you want because you're not qualified, you're not good enough. That's the game they play. You ever hear that saying? Game recognize game? Unfortunately, only for the 3% recognize that. Only you guys recognize that. You recognize that game recognize game. So when the player recognize game recognize, what does the player does? The player adjusts to the game that the other player is playing. Those are the awakened ones. That's you. Other people are gullible. They're oblivious to it, and they're getting played in the game. But again, even the ones that are getting played in the game, it's still a game, but they're taking it serious. Okay, see how that works? Now, once you understand that this life thing is a game, okay, how do I now go in and change the game for myself to win? What are the steps that I have to take to win? And these are the steps that are outlined in this new book I put out. So I'm not going to go over all of them right now because I can't go over all of them, but I'll just talk about a few of them generally. But go read the book, get the book, and you'll figure it out. You're learning it now. But let's talk about some of the obvious ones that you can use to change the game. And I'm always gonna compare this now to the game so you can understand. All right. So when you're playing the game, there is what's called, like, in the game. I'm just probably a particular game. You got the life force. So like when you get hit, you see your life force going down. And in the game, the more power you get, your life force goes up. You get more points. The more levels you reach, the more obstacles you overcome, right? You get to the game. Yes, you can even slow aging down in this game. Yeah, you can slow aging down. It's tremendously. The most aging that you can slow down in this game is you can look up to, I'm just going to give you the whole gap of it. You can go up to 40 years younger. Look, 40 years younger. That's the highest part of the game. So you can look up to 40 years younger than what they say your age is. So you can go up to that level, right? So you can go, in rare cases, some people can look up to 50 years, but it's very rare. But yeah, you can slow the aging process down in the game as well, because the aging process is also directed by your cells in the game. All right. So let's talk about the tools as we were talking about the tools in the game. But again, let me touch on the aging thing. You got to remember, guys, again, what is age? It's a game. It's not real. It's something they made up in the game. So you're actually ageless. But to play the game, when they tell you, oh, you're 32, you're 25, you're 49, you're 51, you're 25, that's a subjective thing. You have to decide, okay, what is it? But let me give you I'm gonna give you 2 tips about the game. All right, 2 tips if you want to go far in this game of life and create what you want. Here's 2 tips I'm gonna give you, and from the book that you may see in there. But the 2 tips I'm gonna give you. The first tip is you have to always have level up energy in the game. Level up in a regular video game or game. The character that's playing the game, they always have their barcodes. and it shows their life force, how much they have left. You have to have that in this game. Okay, so I'm going to give you the first one to master this game. I'm going to tell you this right now. For all of you watching this, all of you following me, I want all of you to do this, because this is what it's about. You're getting, this is information that a lot, like 98% is not going to do, and they don't know about it. So when you're watching my channel, I'm giving you valuable information that's changing your life, that you're never going to see, and no one's going to tell you this. Okay, how many people tell you this? How many people tell you that every night when you go to bed, you need to be sleeping with subliminal messages every single night for the remainder of your part in this game? That's right, all of my followers, all of you, if you want success in the game, you have to reboot yourself every night with subliminals, with mass subliminals. Every person here should invest in some type of Bluetooth speaker or earpiece that don't fall out of the air, and they should have these custom, or either custom, you can get custom subliminals from me now. You can go get them, or you can get them on YouTube, but every person right there in their game box, their phone, they should have a file or a playlist, so when they go to bed every night, they are listening to a subliminal while they're sleeping for 6, 5, 4, 3, whatever, how many hours you sleep. This is important, and let me tell you why this is important. Again, I'm telling you, this is a game, so let me show you how the game works. The brain, your processing unit is the brain. The brain is consistently processing the game. It needs to reboot, man. Like your phone. Okay, let me tell you something that you may not know. I'm gonna go back to this off subject. Every 3 to 4 days, okay, you should be powering off your phone, not restarting your phone. Actually, turn off your phone. Every 3 to 4 days, turn off the phone, then turn it back on. The phone will reboot and get new system information that the phone will not get when you just turn it off. Did you know that? Your phone will run a lot smoother, less glitches, more memory, faster processing if you actually turn it off. When you turn it off 3 days, wait, count 20 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Then turn it back on. You know, how did I get this information? Well, you know what? I have one of my followers here, and he works in the tech industry with the phones. He's one of the guys that actually process and creates the phone, the processing system. And he told me, he said, Mark, don't restart your phone, turn off your phone. It's the reason they don't tell you this, because if more people do it, it's going to strain the networks, and they don't want the networks to strain. But for ones who do it, they're going to have an edge in their phone operating system. What they tell people to do is to just restart your phone. I don't restart my phone anymore. Every 4 days, I physically turn off my phone. I count to 20 seconds, then I turn my phone off. And guess what? It was I was like, wow. Okay, let's go back to this stuff. So the reason why, if you're every day you're playing this game, your brain is constantly getting information, and you go to bed, because when you go to bed at night, that's when your brain reboots. That's when the brain clears itself. It goes to the lymphatic system. And your brain. Did you know your brain actually secretes a liquid? It's called lymphatic system drainage. That when you sleep at night, your brain sends this liquid in your brain, and it takes out all this junk stuff and then cleanse it out in your lymphatic system. Did you know that? So when you get up the next day, your brain is ready to optimize. But your brain is only going to be optimized to what you see in the game. If you're in this game, you want to get to a new level, correct? Your new level is manifesting my house, winning money in the lottery, clearing my debt, starting my business, getting more profit, whatever. That's the new level you want to achieve, correct? That's what you want, right? Well, people, the only way you're going to get that is through subliminals. You're not going to get it by just thinking about it all the time. You're not going to get it by hoping and wishing. You're not going to get it by trying a lot. Because unfortunately, how this game works, this game has rules. It's the rules to the game. One of the rules that you cannot break in this game is the limitation of your conscious mind. That's it. Remember, you need the conscious mind to access the subconscious. What's the easiest way to do that? Subliminals when you sleep at night. When you go to bed at night and you go to bed, everybody's routine should subliminal, low level, sleep. I get up, I'm reprogrammed for a new. There are subliminals to make you more money, to win the lottery, to get more. There are all of them. You guys have been ordering them from me. You know, I have the custom subliminals now. I'll make them for you now. They're all masked. You hear nice sounds, and you go right past your critical divide. It goes right into your subconscious mind. Okay? So that's one of the tips to master the game of life so you can do better. So I'm going to give you the next tip. And here's the next tip about the game of life. I'm going to give you this one. Stop looking at yourself as a person. Okay, stop looking at yourself with a name and a number. Stop looking at yourself with a name and an age. You're not gonna do well in the game if you do that. Start looking at yourself as just a being, an experienced being experiencing the game. I don't look at myself as Mark anymore, although I'm known Mark, but the way I perceive myself and the way you have to perceive yourself is that you are passing through the game. Because that's what we all doing. I'm passing through this game. I'm going on to a next game. When I finish this game, I'm going to another one, another one, another. You two are going to do the same thing. So check this out. Whenever you associate yourself with your name and an age, you're going to associate yourself with the limitations that come with it, because it's all coming from the subconscious. If you don't associate yourself with the name and an age, what is your subconscious mind going to do? Your subconscious mind is going to associate you with all possibilities possible. I repeat that again. It's not going to hear this. Whenever you think of yourself as a name and a personality and an age, you're going to attract and associate yourself with limitations that come with that. Whenever you see yourself just as a being passing through, your subconscious mind is going to be associating you with all possibilities are possible. You don't have anything attached to you. Okay, let me put this home to you. Someone asked me the question earlier. I'm going to show you a point. They said, Mark, can you slow aging down? You can slow aging down, but how about something better? What if you stop associating yourself with age? Your cells will also stop associate aging. When you stop associating yourself with age, you're in the present. If you're in the present, time slows down. Time doesn't exist there. So you're going to age less in the present. So when someone's, how old are you? I'm 25, I'm 35, I'm 45, I'm 29, da 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 da. Stop it. Stop it. Give yourself a different age. Okay, what do I mean by that? See yourself as ageless. You're not 25, you're not 45, you're just being. You're just here experiencing what's happening around you. You will age, reverse your aging. Your body will become a lot more healthier. Your cells will rejuvenate themselves. I 100% guarantee you that one. Well, look, this information is not going to be taught to you. If I tell people to do this, more people are going to be healthy. The more people are healthy, the less strain on the medical supply, the less medicine they're going to take, the less drugs they have to. That's not good business for the medical community. So this won't be taught to you in schools, and this won't be taught to you in health class, because you're going against the game they're playing. They're not going to make any money off of you now. So they're not going to tell you this. However, they do know this 100%. Studies have been done on this, man. Studies have been done to show that when you do not associate yourself, okay, let me make it simple for you. When you think of yourself younger, your cells become more younger. When you think of yourself older, you become older. I hear people say this all the time. Man, I'm 45, man. I'm getting up there. How old are you, man? I'm 55, man. I got you by 4 years, man. I'm 61. Oh, man. They become that in their cells because they don't know this is a game. Now, so I'll give you 2 tips. I'll give you that one. So once you associate yourself as a being playing a game with no labels, you're not Mark, you're not Jessica, you're not an age, you're just here, you're experiencing youthfulness, you're feeling good all the time, your energy's good, you know. Now look, I'm not saying when you go to work and things like that, they have the, okay, you're older, you're not going to jump and say, oh, I'm not 45, I'm not 25. No, they're doing it for, but in your mind, you know what's going on. They say, so you're 33 years old, okay, whatever, it's part of the game, but in your mind, in your own subjective world, you're not that. That's what they see, but that's not what you are. What counts is what you subjectively see of yourself. See how that works? Oh, okay. Brenda says, I tell my patients to think of things they want to be doing, not from their disease. Yes. These are called limiting beliefs in the game. See how that works? So, if you do these 2 things, just as I mentioned to you, there's 2 simple things, you're going to start to elevate in the game. You use subliminals every night. You don't associate yourself with your personality, your name, and age. You see yourself as a being and you're passing through. Those 2 little steps right there will elevate you a whole nother level. You'll make more money. You'll get more health. You get more happiness. You'll get more of the things in your life because your subconscious mind now doesn't have something to hold you against. It's not associating you with a label. Labels in the game are what limits our potential. Everybody have a label. You all have labels, man. Your name carries your family's history, your family's genetics, your family's personality. My mom was like this, my dad was like that. Your name carries all that lineage with it. With all that lineage, that's a lot of baggage, man. That's a lot of emotional baggage through generations, through ancestors that percolate and gets into your DNA and exhibits itself in your cells and in your subconscious, and then you become the thing you want. So if you want to, you can end that burden by just disassociating yourself with that, because it's a game. Once you tell your cells, all right, that's not me, I'm a being. Okay, you know what a being is? Okay, look, human being. You know what human being means? Human, physical, being, non-physical. Let me make it simple for you. Human, ego, being, unconscious, subconscious, spiritual. Take off the human and become the being. Remove the ego, the mind, then become the being. Also, let me give you a tip about the game. In the game, they give you all the answers in the game. They tell you what they're going to do in the game, but you have to be smart to see it. They're going to put everything out to you, the game, in the form of the movies, in the form of stuff, but the smart ones will recognize the answers. They're going to show you everything they're going to do to you, or whatever they're going to do to the game. They're going to show it to you in the game, because it's a game. That's just how they play it. It's a game. Well, why they do that? It's just what they're doing, because that's what the game they like to play. It's a game. Let's see who can guess this puzzle. In the puzzle, here's the secret word. Let's see who can get it. I just give you one of the biggest ones they told you. Human being. They just told you who you are. I wonder if anybody ever considered that. They just hear, oh, I'm a human being. They just told you what you are. Human, ego, being. So what they're saying to you is, hey man, why don't you just leave the human and go into the being? But they're not going to tell you that. But they have to tell you what you are. That's why they say, are you a human being? A being now, let's talk about the being. That's what I want you to be. I want you to take off the human and become the being. Once you become the being, your ego won't die, because you cannot destroy it. You need your ego in the game. In the video game, your ego is the rendering system. So in the game, it renders, it shows you stuff. You need your ego to perceive reality. So you gotta have render in the game. So your ego becomes the rendering for you. Just if you're playing like Minecraft or one of these games, as you're walking along, the screen starts to render in new images. That's your, call that your navigation. You need that. Your ego is your navigation in the game. So you can't kill your ego. So just keep that in mind. But however, what will happen is when you become the being, the ego becomes the servant. It becomes more susceptible to your command. Instead of it commanding you, you command your ego. So in a video game, I'll show you like this. In the video game, the rendering now becomes a lot more fluid, a lot more faster, and you can just direct where you want to go. Instead of the rendering directing you, you're directing the rendering. That's correct. You are supreme consciousness. Okay, now here's the next one. The purpose thing. Someone just asked me this question. How do you find your purpose, Mark? Guys, your purpose is whatever you want to make your purpose in the game. Your purpose lies in how you feel and what your desires are. Whatever you want to do and accomplish, that's your purpose. And then the game will render that into being. So for all of you, if you're sitting around wondering what your purpose is, or thinking, why don't you start to think about like stuff you'd like to really do? What would you like to do that will make you feel good, feel valuable, feel like you're giving something and helping people? Think about that, and then that will become your purpose. Okay? All right. Now, the being part. Once you now start to walk and act like this being, your mind is going to buy into it now. Your subconscious mind now will see you as infinite potential. I love that term. Lisa Brown says, see a blank slate for you to fill in. Let's use that. That's perfect. You got to become this blank slate. That's what a being is, a blank slate to just fill in whatever you want to experience in this game. So now if your subconscious sees you as an infinite potential, so here's how it works. Infinite potential, they move from infinite potentials, then they become a probability. And once they become a probability, then they become an actuality. That's the formula for how this stuff comes into existence. From a potential of infinity, you pick one outcome, your subconscious locks onto it, then that infinite potential now transforms into a probability of existence. And then from a probability of existence, it morphs into an actual physical experience for you, the being, perceived being. So once you become this being, then the subconscious now will take off the chains of limitations. You become limitless now. When you're limitless, you're in control of your game. That's the game of life in a nutshell. Now, how do you make yourself believe you already have it in the game? I'm going to throw that to you so you can answer that one. Remember now, in your game, you have cheat codes that are given to you. I talked about one cheat code. I talked about your subconscious mind. So this one will go into the next cheat code. How do you make yourself believe you already have it? What's the next cheat code that's presented to you in this game that you have? Can you tell me that one? Go ahead, comment down below if you think you know it or guess it. I'll give you a clue. It has to do with mind. So you have subconscious, mind, and then what's the other tool that you can use in your subconscious mind to make you believe you already have it? It's not, yes, got it here. Who's this? Chanel? Your imagination. So to answer the question, how do you make yourself believe you already have it? You have to imagine that. In the game, you have the imagination aspect of the game, which is the vision, which you get into imagination through visualizing. So visualizing is the door you open up. Imagination is where you go in and get the stuff. So visualize to imagination. You can use the same thing, one and the same. So if you imagine or visualize yourself having whatever it is that you want to have, and you repeat that, then that will start, you will make your mind, your body now will start to feel like you've already have it, because it's an interconnection with the nerves and imagination. They're a 1-2 punch. Whenever you imagine something over and over again, it's going to create an emotional attachment or feeling in the body. And then the body, once the body catches a feeling, the subconscious writes that down as a belief, as a tangible thing. So when someone imagines over and over again that they've won the lottery, or someone imagines over and over again that they got their dream house, or they got their car, or their business is doing, and they do it, or the key now is over and over again. If they do that over and over again, their nervous system now is going to remember that. That's called neuroplasticity in the brain and the body. And then what happens now when the nervous system remembers that, it's the way the nervous system talks to the subconscious to tell it also that I got this, is through the feelings. So they will feel as if they have it. And the feeling of as if you have it follows. You'll feel normal, you'll feel peaceful, you'll feel happy, you'll feel joy, and you'll feel chill. Those are the feelings you have it. So whenever you do that, then the mind now, subconscious, understands the emotions of the body. The imagination now understands from the conscious mind, because the conscious mind creates the imagination. The subconscious mind gets the body into it. They become two, becomes one. They become aligned. And then whenever anything is aligned in this game, let me show you something. When something is aligned in this game, it has to come into existence. When something is not aligned, it's not going to come into existence. And you cannot stop the alignment. Once it merges, it's going to appear. After it appears, then you can do whatever you can, but you can't stop the process. So you have to be careful what you wish for, because you will get it. Remember, I'll say this again, when something is aligned, aligned can come in two different aspects. It can come in negative or positive. So some people can be on a negative thought pattern over and over again, or negative beliefs. It's going to become aligned. It's going to become their reality. They can't stop it. It's going to manifest. After it manifests, then they can do something about it. But it's going to be on the way. It's just like a package. Once the plane leaves, they're going to say you can't cancel it. Once the plane leaves, you're going to have to you have to pick it up or send it back to the shipper. But once we send it out, we're not going to turn around and send your package back. Your package is going to go right to the warehouse, and then you're going to have to go to the warehouse and reship it back to us. So that's how the game works. So now I'll throw in another tip before I go here. Cheat code to master the game of life. It's my new book, so I'm going to just come in here, give you some. You can get it in the comments below. Okay. All right. Flow state. Flow state is where you want to be at in the game. Flow state is the present moment state. That's what flow state is. Is when you're present, when you're a being, not a human, just a being. Take the human out of this. You're a being. You're more being than human. You know that, right? You're more a being than a human. Why don't they say being human, or they put human being first? It should be being human first. Anyway, once you become in the flow of your desires start to flow to you. I repeat it. Once you become in the flow of your desires will start to flow to you for you to experience them. The power of now. That's right, World Breeder. Power of now. Neo also dealt with the Matrix bots and NPCs as gatekeepers of the false. Yes, those are all in the game as well. Just like the movie The Matrix, man, the same thing, same concept. Remember, I told you how the game works. I said they're going to show you, they're going to give you the secret and answers in the game. They're going to show it to you. They're going to put it in your Hollywood movies and stuff like that. They're going to put it in the news. They're going to put it all over the place. But it's going to be so unbelievable and so weird that most people won't believe it. They'll laugh at it and say it can't be. But for you, the chosen ones, you know the truth. You know that this is how it really is. One of the biggest games they play in the game here is they make the truth seem unbelievable to the point that you can't believe it. You know, let me tell you something about humans, how they cultivate. So check this out. This is something that you want to understand. The way the Matrix, okay, I'm going to put it. The way the Matrix brainwash you is they have conditioned humans to not be truth seekers, but to just be more sociable people. In other words, they've conditioned all of these people here in the Matrix to not see the truth. They don't want the truth. They condition you so you won't, you will, best way to put it, they condition you that when you hear the truth, it'll make you feel uncomfortable, it will shock you, you will hate it, you'll stay away from it. So what they've done instead is they've conditioned you to just be more sociable. To just be sociable means to like get along, work together. Like it's better to be sociable than to learn the truth. Because what they condition you to do is, okay, so what, you know the truth, you can't do anything about it. So this is why you see when people go out and search for the truth and they learn the truth about the universe and all that stuff, it gets filtered down. That's done on purpose. The truth business is not good business. Truth don't make money. That's basically how it works. But the truth is empowering. The truth frees you. It frees you, right? So it's good for you to know the truth. The truth about who you are in particular. That's the most important thing you have to know, because you have to know who you are to know where to go. If you don't know who you are, you're going to be lost in the game. And that's what the game is designed to do, is to make you lost. The more lost you are, the more easier you are to control, to manipulate, to tell you to take orders, to become, to be, authority figures. The more truth you know, the more freer you are, the more deliberately you can create and enhance your world by design, by emphasizing the power of your imagination and targeting your subconscious, and then using your power of electromagnetic energy to manipulate this game. And then you went, okay, but one of the biggest truth I want to reveal to you right now, and I said this in this video, I'm going to reveal it to you again so you can get it. And I'll say this again because I know this is a live here, so there's more of you just popping in and you don't get this. But for you who have already been here through this, going on an hour in this live here, which I'll be ending shortly, a couple minutes here, is the biggest truth I want you to understand is this, is that you are 2% here in a physical form, and you're 90% out there as a spirit form. Your higher self, your consciousness, sends down only 2% for you to experience as a human being. So you're only experiencing, so listen to this, think about all the happiness you ever had in your life. Think about that moment when you felt so super happy and you felt so good. People, that's only 2%. That felt really good, right? You're like, oh, I can't get any better than this. You can, but not here. When you're back in your consciousness, you can get that. But I'll just give you the big picture. What I'm showing you is this, is that you are more than what you can ever experience here. So think about the good stuff you experience. That's only 2%. When you go back to your source, your true consciousness of who you are, you experience the total field of existence. You experience love that you've never experienced. You ever heard some people, they go to near-death experience and they don't want to come back, and the guy's like, man, I didn't want to come back, man, I was just feeling so, but his higher self says, hey, you got to finish the game. The game isn't over yet. We agreed for this game. Next thing about this is you make an agreement with your higher self to come into this game, and then you made an agreement to leave when you're supposed to leave in this game. When you leave this game now, you go into another game. So you're just a continuous game player over and over for infinity, man. Just don't stop. So I'm just showing you the big picture to show you that you are more than you have been led to believe you are. And you have to expound on that. The book is out right now. Someone asked me, when did I write the book? The book is available now. This is today's topic. The topic of the book is Master the Cheat Code or the Game of Reality. See the topic? I'll put it in the pinned comments. You can go get it. Ebook, Kindle version, and the paperback. So you got to remember that, guys. So you are a being experiencing humanness. You're not a human experiencing a being. See how they flip it on you? You're the being experiencing the human stuff. So use who you are to manipulate the human form of you, because it's the human form of you that's experiencing the physical stuff. So you want to use your being to move the human to get the stuff. You don't want the human to move the being. The being is not impressed by any of this stuff, because the being has already done this stuff. The being is saying, hey man, I don't need this stuff here. You're the one that wants it. I already got this stuff. Is nothing for me, man. I want you to experience this. So use me so I can help you. Don't try to come into me. I'm already here, man. I want you to experience wealth, finances, money, help. I'm already all of that stuff. See, that's how we get it twisted. You see what I'm saying? Most of us are trying to take the human to the being. And because you're a human here. That's why your conscience came down. It says, all right, listen, I'm going to put part of me down here so you can experience this from a different. So go to the human side. Humans like to experience like feeling of joy. So go do that, God. But I will help you to do that. Okay? So that's basically what I want to leave you with today. And see you guys again. Go get the book, and we'll see you another time. See you guys.